Cool. What's going on, people? My name's Draper. I'm an artist from Bristol. I've been releasing music for the last 10 years, but I've just started under a new alias recently.
Okay, so first question, what inspired you to be a musical artist?
It's funny, you know, like, so back when I started, my next door neighbour, Khalil, you might have heard of him if you're from Bristol, he used to make a lot of grime, and I used to walk to school with him. And really the first thought of doing music and making rap music and stuff was listening to him, walking to school every day, just, yo, I got a new 16, got a new flow, you know? So I have to give him the credit for getting me into it like that, and then obviously from there, you just work with your friends and that, you know what I mean? You freestyle and that, and it becomes like, becomes more of a fun thing as opposed to like, he was quite serious from the start, you know what I mean? He was doing well, like getting on sets and stuff from age 13, and I'm looking at that thinking, that's wicked. So yeah, it came really from him, but in the long term, obviously me and my friends just developed our own little fun and games with it, for sure.
So tell us why did you choose the name Draper? You mentioned that you had an alias before, but why did you choose the name Draper now?
So my music before, when I was younger, I used to just put it out on the Drapes, and like that was just my school nickname in school. You do a lyric and everyone's like, yo, Drapes, do your thing like that. It's like the T lyric, you know, Drapes, get out the car. All of that. So that was where my original name came from, and as I progressed, I put a lot of stuff out on the Draper, and some of the stuff wasn't up to scratch maybe, some of the visuals and music videos weren't very good, or I have a good lyric and I might have run out of breath or something, you can see it. There was a lot of stuff under my old alias where it wasn't up to scratch, and I wanted to make sure that everything I put out from now is certified in certain levels, and as I've grown up, I thought it makes more sense to go from my sort of teenage nickname to my actual name, which is just Draper. Toby Draper is my surname, my love name, so I thought it made more sense to just kind of like taking a little bit from inspiration from the Gets thing when he switched from Ghetto to Gets and stuff like that. Obviously I'm not trying to put myself in his bracket, but that's the kind of thing that the inspiration of
that evolution there.
Yeah, you got it.
I feel that.
So what's next? What's next for you as an artist? Have you got projects coming out?
Yeah, man. So we just started releasing under Draper now, and we put out a single. We put out a single in May, put out an EP in July, and then I've got a new single coming out in November. But it just takes a little time to get everything ready, so we've been trying to sort out the PRS side of things so I can actually like hopefully earn a little change from it. Getting press releases sorted and stuff like that. So every step that we put out, everything we put out now, we want to make sure it's proper certain, you know what I mean? Everything is taken care of, and we missed a couple steps of our EP that just came out. Our PRS took ages to get signed up to and stuff like that, and getting the press release sorted, it took longer than we wanted to and stuff like that. So that kind of, the EP that came out, it's doing really well, but it was more of a misfire, do you know what I mean? And the new thing that we're doing, the new single, we've just got everything wrapped up now, all the press release, all the artwork, the videos nearly done. So hopefully that next single, November the 14th, is going to be the one. Like it's going to be that's the next step at least.
So is that Kobe?
That's Kobe. That's what you've seen, yeah, man. Yeah. Kobe.
Can you tell us a bit more about Kobe? What kind of encouraged you to release a single called Kobe, and why?
Yeah, for sure. Like so obviously when he passed earlier this year, it was like quite a sad moment, and recognised worldwide. I used to play a lot of ball when I was younger. And I guess it just resonated with me, man. It hit me, his morals and stuff, and the kind of like the drive that he had and always showed was just inspirational. And I thought, you know, what better person than to look back to, you know, like I'm like a big fan. And obviously, like it's just the thing that you say, you know, when you're playing ball and like Kobe, like you know, like so it's one of them ones where it just felt natural, you know. I heard the beat and I was like, sounds kind of American, it sounds like that kind of market, and yeah, it just came to my head. Like sometimes when I write quickly, you know what I mean? So if I have the moment of, you know, that's what I want to say, I shot my shot like Kobe is the first lyric, it just came straight into my head, and then from there was already a flow. Because I've used Kobe before, do you know what I mean? As a rhyme or whatever, and it just made sense at the time. So we've got the video coming out, we've got, I filmed it with my usual cameraman, and we've got an animator coming in to do some bits over the top to try and make it look a bit flashy. So every time I say a word, you've got follows my handle or whatever, and it comes out and stuff like that. So hopefully it's gonna be a nice look. Yeah, we tried to time with the NBA game as well, because they did like an honour for him on there as well. With so that just came out, and we're a little bit late, but it's like roughly it's that kind of time where people are showing love to him, innit? So but it was a good time.
So is Kobe the single? Is it just a single, or is it a part of a future project?
So Kobe's a single. Reason being, we did this EP, and like I said, we misfired a couple things, and it didn't get the PRS sorted in time, and it was harder to earn things off of it. And also the EP was kind of like a tester, doing a few different styles.
Yeah.
Kobe sort of follows on from the EP. The artwork's branded like the same as the EP, but it's like we decided one of the sounds from the EP was doing better than the other ones. So we took that sound forward and progressed and made a single that's like in line with the most successful tunes from that EP.
So it's like the evolution.
Yeah, man. And the idea is hopefully we're going to do a series of singles like Kobe about sports people and stuff like that, where the videos are all filmed exactly the same, but with different colour schemes and stuff like that. So it matches up as a package one by one, but it looks like I'm progressing and stuff. I'm following on from the sounds doing well, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
So we've got one about Jose Mourinho coming next. That's Jose. That'll probably be start January. Then I think it's going to be every 2 months or so for a single, because we want to do a proper 8-week campaign on each one. Whereas before, like, that's another thing with the EP. Put it out and like kind of 6 weeks build up and then 6 weeks afterwards, but there wasn't really like a plan or a set PR plan and stuff like that. I find myself putting up like £700 into a video, I've got 100 views, man.
Yeah.
So it's like things like that. I've got
The
like
strategy.
I've got to think the whole strategy through, as opposed to, oh, we've got a nice visual. That's one thing. The thing we need to make sure you've got Google adverts and Facebook ads and Insta and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's the next stage. Hopefully we get all of that popping for the first single. It goes off, and the next one will kind of have like
Be a domino effect.
That's it. You got it.
So if you could work with any artist right now, who would that be and why?
Boy, it's a tough thing I don't even think about, bro. Because I used to like approach a lot of artists, innit? I used to hit people up all the time, like, yo, this one.
Yeah.
And it went two ways. Like, so I had like a lot of the time I'd be approaching people and getting ignored, and it's kind of like you feel a bit boring and it gets a bit long. Yeah, it's like it puts off the energy. And then on the other end of things, I'm getting a lot of people message me now like they want to work, and I'm a bit like, boy, like. I'm trying to just do what I want to do right now, and on my projects there's not a lot of collaborations, you know. So it's hard for me to just pick one out. Obviously, for me, my favourite MC has always been Gets, so I could never miss that opportunity. So yeah, the first person that comes into my head is Gets. But I like Back Row G a lot right now. He's crazy, even though my sound's not very close to his. But I think his tunes are sick. Like if I could get a hook from him or something, I'd jump on that.
Nice.
And there's a few other people I've been listening to, man. Do you know Kia Keys?
Yeah.
I've heard of Kia, yeah. Kia's cold, man. I spoke to him a few years ago, and like, because he did another alias back in the day as well, wasn't it? And he used to follow me when I had my old alias, so we spoke back in the day. We did. Do you not know Black Box, the series from Essex? Yeah, we did both of the Black Box at the same time, right? So that's when we started speaking, because he seen mine. And I just thought, bro, this guy's sick. And then he recently relaunched, but his thing blew. Like, he's gone. He's like 4 million views on each video and stuff like that. And it's kind of, I feel like I could message him and he'd recognise me and do it, but I don't want to. You don't want to pressure man, innit? So it's one of those ones where if I could get in the studio with anyone today, probably get some Kia and Back Row G on the side, or just on the
link up there.
Yeah.
So, final question: what words of inspiration can you give to other artists that are just starting their journey and maybe have been in a similar place to you, learning from their previous
For real.
selves?
Like, just don't stop, innit? Like, you can't stop. It's a funny thing. Like, you can think that you get somewhere. You get a tune that blows up or something. But what are you gonna do after that tune? You know, like the game. No matter how far you get, you'll never stop. You'll never be where you want to be. You could get so much success, and then you'll be looking at the next person who's more successful than you. So even if you see somebody else blowing and you're not doing so well, like you just gotta think, like, keep going, innit? Like the journey's non-stop. You've got people like, I don't know, JK and Gex and that, they put out their big projects, bare views and stuff like that, but they're looking straight away, what's the next thing to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way, really. Like, I stopped for a bit as well, actually, you know? I stopped for a bit, and I had to take time to realise like, how to plan it all out, and like I've been saying, investing in myself and getting through 30. I took about 2 years out of the game and doing that, and it was kind of the best thing I ever did, because in my head I wasn't thinking I'm going to stop and not come back. I just needed to realise what I was doing. So yeah, take time, plan it all properly, and just don't stop doing it. Like, you know, even if it is a few years out, you can come back and people will still show love. Like, I'm literally showing that right now. People are being so kind to me. So yeah, don't stop and just like stay consistent with it. Keep going. I think that's the way, for Sure.
So, if people want to listen to your music or reach out to you, how do they do so?
Yeah. If you type in King Draper 64 on any of your socials, that's my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok. And if you can just type in Draper onto Spotify, you'll find my stuff. So you've got the Photo EP, it's spelled FOTO. That's my latest EP that's out, and we've got our single dropping on the 14th of November. That's Kobe. So yeah, just make sure you type them in Spotify. You can pre-save all the links now or stream it and add it to your playlist and stuff. Yeah.
Levels.
Boom. You heard it here. Real recognized, real
TV.
Draper. Boom.